My Sexual Life is a place to be for education about asexuality, dating, relationships, life, love, friendships, and everything else in between to truly ace your life. So, if you've ever wondered if a new guy who started texting you by Facebook Messenger or other is going to be suitable for you, and you're kind of thinking something's a bit off, you should look out for these warning signs that a guy clearly isn't really interested in you. He's only interested in himself and what he can get out of you. So I'm now going to turn the camera around to a Facebook conversation. I have put some sheets over the person's identity so you can't tell who they are. So I'm going to twirl the camera around right now so you can see what I mean. So this is a conversation I had with someone. As you can see, I've got paper blanking out the name of the person, although the person actually has a female name. So that, for a start, is a big kind of like, yeah, this person's got a female name when they're not female. So anyway, this is the conversation that went on. Oh, hi, Fiola. Nice to see you. So this person found me from the Indian dating group I'm in on Facebook. This is live, so you might hear notifications go off on Facebook because I'm actually in Facebook now. Okay, so I'm just in Messenger. So this is filmed live. So anyway, I want you to look out for these warning signs that a guy, or it could be a person, doesn't have to be a guy, isn't suitable for you at all, and you should just move on very, very quickly. So this person came, like I said, through the group, Indian group that I'm in, which has like 44,000 Indians, well, predominantly Indians in there. And it's a group I joined back in April, and I posted about what I'm looking for in a relationship, right? And I posted a bio that I'm asexual and exactly what I'm looking for. Don't want sex, marriage, or kids. Don't want to live together. And I'm looking for someone in the UK, right? So this guy says, hey, I'm an Indian from UK, right? So I clicked through, you can see this one thing, right? He's got a kind of like a bit of an English type of variation. It's called Karen, Karen. Well, a female version of that word would be Karen. So yeah, I didn't even know if it's his real name or not. But anyway, it says on his profile that he lives in India, right? So clearly, a lot of these people are coming from this group, and I have got tons of them in my inbox and my spam box, my other inbox. A lot of them just aren't reading my bio or aren't taking it seriously because they keep saying to me, I'm Indian, but usually they're in India. But this guy says he's from the UK, but his profile says he lives in India. So for a start, there's something that doesn't add up. If someone says they live in a specific country, yet they've got another country on their Facebook, that is questionable. I do know some people don't change it when they move, but usually if the move is permanent, they would usually change it. If it's temporary, they might not. And I've come across guys like this before, and they are literally only in the UK for like a year or something. They go back to their country, or they're going between the two, or they're just making up rubbish. I had a guy before, he's lying, he lives in India. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I am looking for a guy who's permanently in the UK. And then he put, okay, I travel, which is like, yeah, exactly. Not, clearly he's not living in the UK if he needs to travel to see me. I mean, obviously he could be traveling within the UK, but that's not what he means, because I said I'm looking for a guy permanently in the UK. So he's like, okay, I travel. Now, I did actually have a guy a while back, a few months ago now, I think it was when I was at the dinosaur park, and he said, oh, I'm in India at the moment, but I'm coming back to UK. And in the end, I blocked him as well. So I said to him, I'm guessing you're a student, and I'm looking for a guy who's settled in the UK and wants to stay here permanently. Right? And then he replies, no, I am a guy. It's my old pic. Right? So he must have got confused with something I said. And I said, I'm looking for a guy who is settled in the UK and wants to stay here permanently. Then he's like, no, I am a guy. So clearly there's a misunderstanding. Either he's not understanding what I'm saying or he's just playing stupid. One or the other, because it clearly says I'm looking for a guy in the UK. I am a guy, it's my old pic. So he must think that he doesn't actually look like a guy when he's saying it's his old pic. But he has got like a female name, really. But obviously some people in the UK can have different names as well. You know, it doesn't mean to say that you know, that name is specifically more feminine. It just means that I'm used to seeing that name variation. It's like he's known you from before. Yeah, this is a big red flag. But lots of guys do this to me. They do it even worse, actually. They usually do it. Oh, how are you, darling? How are you, babe? How are you, love? How are you, dear? The weird thing a lot of Indian guys use is how are you, dear, which he hasn't said in there. But it's it's quite regular that they would go hello dear, like we, or hello friend. It's like I'm not your friend, you've only just met me, and I do have standards for friendship. So then I didn't answer that when he said no, I am a guy, because clearly it's looking for a guy in the UK, right? So it's my old pic. So I left it, and then the next day he's going hello, right? So I reiterate, I am looking for a guy actually in the UK permanently, so we aren't suitable. Then he's put, okay, I also want to settle in UK, right? And so this is what a lot of I'm not saying everyone's like this, but this is what a lot of foreigners do. They want to settle in the UK, right? And therefore they want to use a British person to come and settle in the UK, right? I'm not stopping him settling in the UK. Why hasn't he settled in the UK before? Yes, exactly. He wants a visa, Viola. So this is basically saying, I want a visa because I want to settle and use you. Yeah. So he said, I want to settle in UK. So my reply was good luck with that, because it's not up to me to sort that out or care, right? This is not what he would expect me to say. Most women would probably either ignore him, or if they did say anything, they might turn around and say, you know, like, oh, okay, and get into conversation. So like what I used to do in the past when I didn't realize what these people were up to, I might have engaged in conversation again. But now I just pass the buck back to them. Like, good luck with that. Like, it's your responsibility to get to the UK if you want it. It's got nothing to do with me. And then he's like, we can both NA. I'm like, what the hell does NA mean? I have no idea. So I put, I have no idea what NA is, but I am not interested. And I thought, does NA mean not applicable? Because that's what I felt like saying. This is not applicable to me. I have no interest in it. And then he's saying, I mean to say we can both settle if you don't mind. It's like, hello, I'm already settled. Why do I need to have you saying we're both settled? Because I ain't living with anyone. Right. So then I say to him, exactly, no way, exactly. He wants to settle with me by the sound of it. It's ridiculous. This is like the first conversations about it. I put, I am not interested. Right? I am not interested. Spelling it out to him. Okay, he says. And I put, I am already settled on my own. And then he said, can you share your number? So clearly he's not listening to me. If you have told a guy no, and he keeps going on, you've specifically said you're not interested at all, and you're already settled on your own, and, you know, this is a guy from abroad, basically he's lying, he don't even live in the UK, because otherwise he wouldn't have said he could travel. It's just a load of bull shite, to be honest. So can you share your number, right? So what the guy wants to do is to get in conversation with me to try to persuade me, right? Because he's that desperate, right? And I said, you clearly didn't read my post. I don't want to live with a guy ever. Exactly, right? And then he says, I also have an apartment, right? He didn't say where his apartment is. And you know what I mean? It's as though he wants me to go and live with him in his apartment. And if he's already got an apartment, why does he need to say we can both settle when he's got an apartment? Right? I've already said in my bio I don't want to live with him. He's like, okay, because I said I don't want to live with a guy ever. I said, I don't want to live. Meaning I don't want. I put an extra word in there. And then I said, when I said you clearly didn't read my post, he's replied, I read it, but forgot what it actually was actually. I read it, but forgot what it was actually. This means he's not really interested in me at all as a person. He couldn't give a shite, right? Because he's already forgotten what was in with it. So it doesn't make any difference what I want, what my needs are, what my desires are, because he clearly doesn't give a shite. Because he's like actually forgotten, it's just like ridiculous, as you can see, Theola. Absolutely, thank you for joining the convo. Absolutely ridiculous, right? So if you are not memorable to a guy, if he don't even remember what he was said in your bio, he doesn't care what's in your bio. Someone who's interested in you will go back and read it, or they will know what you're talking about in the first place because they're trying to join a conversation with you and pique your interest in them by possibly being a match. But this guy is not interested in matching. All he's interested in doing is coming to the UK, pretending he's already in the UK, and so he can get to settle with me in the UK. It ain't happening, And so, sorry to tell you, interior motives. I think you mean ulterior motives. Well, that's what I'm already saying. Ulterior motives. I'm already spelling that out in this video. That's what the video is all about. Yeah. Agreed, Theola. So then he said, right, okay. So I said so when he said, but I forgot what it was actually, I said exactly. So you aren't right for me. Because obviously he couldn't care less about my wants, needs, likes, dislikes. All he cares about is getting into conversation and try and worm his way in to my affections so he can come to the UK and settle here. And then he said, no, I am. This is the hugest red flag. I've said he isn't right for me and he's not taking no for an answer. No, I am right. Right? And he doesn't even know me and I don't know him. This is just stupid and it's time to get rid, right? So I said no. And then he's like, give me one chance to prove myself. Prove what? That you're an asshole. Excuse my language, but I mean, he's already proven that, He doesn't know what the hell I said in what I was looking for. He's not even like paid attention to that. He's pretending he's in the UK when currently his profile is saying he's in India. He's trying to settle in the UK because he's trying to get a visa with me. It's disgusting. So I said no. And then he's like, can we talk on call? TLK. And I said no. Right? And then he like once. So he's still not listening to me. I said, I'm busy, right? Right? Then exactly get lost to him. Says the Theola. It should say get lost to him exactly. So then he says 5 minutes, come on, will not take much time, right? This is a guy who completely disrespects your time. He couldn't care less. He's being very, very selfish, right? People who actually care about your time will book a time in to talk to you, will ask you when they can call you, will ask you when to video chat with you. I really want to swear now and get angry, says Theola. Yeah, well, I have sworn in this video, haven't I? Because it's like, yeah, kind of a bit deserving of swearing, I think, because it does make you angry, It makes me angry that guys can even be like, unfortunately they are. It's not the first conversation I've had similar to this. But anyway, another thing is here. This here is a huge red flag. This come on, right? Not only are they not taking the no for an answer, they're then telling me what to do. Fiona says I've had also similar. Sad, isn't it? Yeah, get so angry. Exactly, right? So he's like, come on, right? So he's not listening and he's basically telling me what to do. And like, I can just like disrupt my day and spend 5 minutes of him because he is so important to me when I don't even frigging know him. will not take much time, right? And exactly, like, why would I want to get on a 5-minute video call with a guy I don't know, who I don't trust, who is clearly trying to manipulate and use me, won't take no for an answer, and you know, is dictating to me what to do, telling me what to do, like, you know what I mean? And if it doesn't want to, if it's not going to take much time anyway, what's the point? It's like, you know what I mean? A guy who's respectful of your time will say, hey, you know, like, when's a suitable time to video call you this week? I'd really like to get to know you better, or something like that. They wouldn't be stupid about it like this, you know? And I've already said no, you know, and then I told him, I said, I am blocking you as you clearly can't take no for an answer. And then he has said, okay. So I have blocked him. Blocked him. Blocked him, blocked him, blocked him. So yes. I'd had enough by that point. So yeah, if you do see any of these signs, please, 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 run in the opposite direction, because these guys are really not worth it. Well done, says Theola. Thank you. Anyway, that's all I want to share for now. Theola says, good, you did right. Thank you. And I'll see you on the next video live stream. I hope you found this helpful, useful, insightful. All I will say is it doesn't have to be a guy. Women can be manipulative and controlling as well, what any gender can. So just because this title has the word guy in it, swap out for whatever gender that you're interested in and likely to communicate with. Bye, Theola. Thanks for tuning in and being here today. Thanks for everyone else who's tuned in. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell icon if you haven't already. Bye. Take care. Lots of love.